back to my channel, guys. Today I want to talk about 5 signs you are dating a narcissist. Let's hop right in. Number 1, they're overly charming. They are extremely charming. At first, everything is amazing. They do everything right. They win you over. They make you feel like you are the best thing ever. But during this, sometimes you may be thinking too fast, too soon, usually because it is. Because they are doing everything in their power to win you over. Pretending they like what you like, whatever it is, they want to be in a relationship with you, so they're going to act a certain way that they know that you're gonna find attractive. But as soon as they win you over, as soon as they get you in a relationship, that flip switches. Number 2, so after you've been dating for a couple months, the physical or the verbal abuse starts to happen. And now usually it starts really slow and it starts with like a cruel joke or a small put you down or some mean comments, but then longer it goes on, the worse it gets. Maybe they start yelling at you or pushing you or doing things to make you get upset so they can justify their behavior. Throughout this, they just start blaming you and accusing you of things that you never did. No matter how hard you argue it, it doesn't matter because they believe that you did these things. Number 3, they gaslight you. Basically what that means is if you bring up a concern, they completely flip it 360 on its head and blame you. Maybe your partner went out with their girls and she didn't text you that night and you said, hey, and the next morning you said, hey, like, I'd appreciate it if you texted me when you got home so I know you made it home safe. And instead of being, receptive or hearing that, your partner just completely flips the switch and is like, absolutely not. Like, I can't believe you can say that. Like, when you go out with your friends, I don't make you text me. The concern you had completely goes out the window and you get in a completely different argument that had nothing to do with the reason you brought up. And that makes you start feeling crazy. You feel like, oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I shouldn't be checking in on you. Even though like it's a valid concern, they just are so good at gaslighting you and making you feel a certain way that you start questioning everything. You're like, maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm the controlling one. When in reality, that's what gaslighting is, and they're doing it on purpose so they don't have to take ownership for anything. And that's another thing. Narcissists don't ever take the blame. They don't ever admit that they did something wrong or that they have to work on something. They just know how to manipulate others to blame it on them. Number 4, they are extremely Jekyll and Hyde, like two-faced. So maybe in public, they're very kind, caring, charismatic, and then you get home in private and they become destructive, cruel, mean, and it's just like night and day. And when you try to bring it up or say something, they have a way to justify their behavior, that they're tired or something happened, but they're completely different people in different settings. They know how to turn it on for different people and act a certain way, but then when they're alone, they can be themselves and be that cruel, mean, nastiness. And it's really hard to date someone like this because you feel like you're in like an emotional roller coaster constantly and you're always feeling like you're walking on eggshells. And don't get me wrong, there's some times that they're really good and that's kind of what keeps you into it. Maybe there's really good sex or there's something, you guys have a trauma bond, you've been through something tough together, so you hold on to that. Or maybe this is the biggest thing, is at the beginning of the relationship, that first 2 to 3 months when they were winning you over, you start holding on to that and thinking, well, my partner can be like that. I've seen that. I could get that back. In reality, that person isn't really there. They were just putting on a show to get you. And number 5, I think this is the most detrimental one, is they purposely isolate you. So what's happening is friends or family start to notice this relationship isn't super healthy and they start to voice their concerns, and your significant other hears about it. Instead of being like, yeah, maybe they're right or we need to talk about it, they completely blame your friends and family and say, you can't see these people, they don't support us, they don't love us, they don't like our relationship, how can we be around these people? And they tend to make you feel guilty for wanting to see your friends and family, and so you tend to isolate with your partner. And then what happens is you feel like you don't have outside support anymore. You only have this partner, and that's really detrimental because you don't want to feel isolated, you don't want to feel alone, but your partner is making you feel this way, making you almost feel like you need to choose between your friends and family and your partner. And in reality, your partner is doing this because they don't want you to hear like how bad their relationship is, right? They just want to keep you close and don't want the outside noise. So if you've ever been in a relationship like this, or maybe you're starting to date a girl and you're seeing the signs of this happening, or maybe you're a girl watching this video and see the signs like this happening of a relationship with a guy, it doesn't change. It's unfortunately who they are, and I would just get out. These are all really bad red flags, and it's not worth it. It's not worth yourself, you know, going through this. It's a type of an abusive relationship, and you know, it's best to just move on and then find somebody else. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.